What up, YouTube? This is like my first proper video on this channel, and I had this idea for quite a while now, and I thought, hey, I got nothing better to do, so might as well. Why the fuck not? And well, I'm kind of a big Children of Bodom fan, and like Bodom is like it's actually my most favorite metal band, honestly. You know, and I thought I'd do a little ranking, of all the albums and talk about them a little bit and talk about the band a little bit, and just generally what I think about the music and stuff, So this video is maybe gonna be a little bit rambly, I have no script or whatever. I never really went over what I wanted to say, what I don't want to say, It's just like, sure, I have like basic ideas, but that's about it. I listened to this like every album, just skip through them, on Spotify, just to make sure, okay, if I still have the right idea in my head about how I rank the albums, I guess. Don't worry, I've got more. I got most of them here, but I get to that later. So you guys don't think, oh, this guy is only listening to on Spotify or whatever, and you got some metal like purists or like elitists, or like, oh, you gotta buy every CD, you gotta buy this and this and this. I don't use Spotify because Spotify is only like, exploiting these bands or whatever. It's like, yeah, I guess. So yeah, getting into the rank. This is not like proper ranking video. I'm just gonna, talk about the albums, which is my least favorite one, which is my favorite one. My favorite one is gonna come at the end, and my least favorite one is going to be right here at the start. And just because it's my least favorite Bodom album does not mean it's shit or generally shit music. It's just, in terms of a Bodom album, in my opinion, it just doesn't live up to it. It's like, it's a bit shit being a Bodom album, honestly, right? And my first album is going to be Relentless, Reckless, Forever. Yeah, surprise, surprise. A lot of people, at least in my head, a lot of people actually don't really like this. I don't like it. It's not like I don't like it. I never really got into it, It's like, you got like craft a nihilist, whatever. I'm not English speaking. You've got a Northport Throwdown, which is like, it's like the only two songs which are good. The rest, like, was it worth it? Is a bit shit, honestly. You got Shovel Knockout, which is alright, And yeah, again, I just never really got into this album. I don't know, if it wouldn't exist, I wouldn't mind it, honestly, So yeah, so much about that. Next one, it's going to be Blood Drunk. So Blood Drunk is it's a bit weird, It's there was actually some time where I actually really listened to this album a lot. There's some songs on it that I kind of like. You got the Ghost Riders in the Sky, which is a cover. Funnily enough, it's actually, in my opinion, the best fucking song on the album, which says a lot about the album. Yeah, then you got like, Roadkill Mornings, alright. You got Timer Rope, which is kind of good, I think Lobotomy was alright, and Smart Pretty for the Devils also alright. Again, it's, and I noticed this album kind of came out back then when Alexi was really like struggling with the whole drinking thing, and just generally with his health and his voice and everything, and it was, he really struggled. So it really reflects, in my opinion, on this album. Because generally the album I don't think they're bad songs, but the way it's recorded, like, just sounds weird. And you got Alex's voice, which is not really good, again, because I guess he was sick. I guess if they re-release this album and really put some time into it to make it sound good, I think this could actually be a really good album. But how it is, It's my second least favorite album. Like these two, I kind of like they're on the same level. There's like not a lot between them. It's like, but if I had to choose, I'd rather listen to this than Relentless Reckless Forever. So another little story about this album is actually pretty funny. So I got into Children of Bodom with Are You Dead Yet? Surprise, surprise. I know, you just ignore me. No, him out. I got into, like, on accident, pretty much. Like, the first album I just listened to was Are You Dead Yet? My dad had it on his PC back then, like 15 years ago or something, like 2010 or something. And then I went on YouTube, and I only listened to Are You Dead Yet? And, I have this thing where I'm a little bit afraid to listen to, like, other albums of a metal artist, because, I'm just afraid that it's not going to sound as good, which is a bit funny if you think about it. I'm just weird like that. And the second album I tried listening to back then, because this was like the newest one, like this pretty much. Okay, it just fell into the sofa. I gotta get that out later. But Relentless Reckless Forever. Shit. Relentless Reckless Forever. Actually, I think was the first album that came out when I got into Bodom, but I never really in my head clicked like that. I'm gonna explain why later. But the second album I tried listening to was Blood Drunk, which at the time I think was the newest album, I guess. And yeah, I did not like it. At all. I was like, man, this is something weird, dude. I'm just gonna stick with Are You Dead Yet? And because this was not good, for a really long time I did not listen to any other Children of Bodom. I did not listen to Follow the Reaper, Hatebreeder, Hatebreed Death Roll, because I was afraid, like, man, I really like this one album. I just want to keep liking the band. What if everything else is shit? And you've got metal bands that are like this. Like they have like one banger album or like a couple of banger songs, and everything else is just kind of shit. Just how it is, So yeah, Blood Drunk. Then the next one is going to be Halo of Blood. Now, Halo of Blood was the first Children of Bodom like release, I guess, which I was looking forward to buying, which I actually like, kept my eye on a little bit. Which just came out like 2012 or something. It says it's somewhere like 2013. At least here it says 2013. And yeah, Halo of Blood. Honestly, as I said, I was looking up all the songs, like all the albums and songs, before I started this video. And it's not that bad. It's like everything is kind of alright, and I guess that's the bad thing about it. It's like, for me, this album is really forgettable. There's not really any song on it that really, other than the title track, Halo of Blood, there's not really anything that really stuck in my head. I guess that's why I'm ranking this album so low, because I don't know, it's just, if like Children of Bodom ever released like a slop album, this would be it. Just like, okay, we gotta put a few riffs, a couple of songs together, just put them in and just release it. This is what this feels like, It's like, it's kind of funny because, there were some people, like fans that were like complaining, like, hey, we don't like your new stuff, you gotta make it more like melodic, more like your old stuff, right? And then the band came out like, hey, we're releasing this new album, and it's going to be like our old stuff again, and it's going to be so great. And there's actually, I think some people really like this when it like came out, but for me, I really remember buying this, getting home, putting it in my fucking Xbox, listening to it, and I was like, I listened to it for like 2 or 3 times, like the whole album, and I was like, I don't know, this is not it, dude. It's like, I still gonna listen to the old stuff. This is like, sure, it's alright, But it's like, it's not bad or something, but it's like whatever, I guess. Next one, I Worship Chaos, which same problem as Halo of Blood. It's like, it's not bad, it's okay, and that's about it. There's nothing that really, not any song that really sticks out to me. I'm like, hey, this is really great. It's like you can listen to it, you can even enjoy it, I guess, but I don't know, bro. I don't really feel it as a Bodom album, really. So there's just not a lot to say about it, Then next one, Hex, their latest album, I guess. Well, Alexi died, and I know they were working on some new songs. They kind of planned on releasing someday. I don't know if they're out there. I never really looked. I pretty much stopped really. It's gonna sound kind of stupid, right? But I kind of stopped looking into the band ever since Alexi died. With him, I think the band died. Like, sure, they got this like new guy, and Sami or Sammy is his name, right? I don't really know. And they go on tour again, or they want to go on tour again, and he's, I guess he's really good, and actually looking at him, it does kind of look a little bit like Alexi, so he got the looks down a bit, but even if he's as good, which I guess he is, and if he really like gets his whole demeanor and the voice down from Alexi, I'm still not really gonna care that much about the band, really. Which is kind of shame. I never got to see them live because where I live, they don't play a lot here, like in the country, right? And like maybe once, maybe twice a year, even that. So I never really got to see them live. I really always wanted to see them live. It's like one of the few bands that I actually want to see. I never got to, and I never will, I guess, which is a bit sad, but just gotta live with it. Yeah, Hex, the newest album, and I remember getting this, and there were like one or two songs they released on YouTube or like on the internet in general, and I was like, all right, yeah, this sounds kind of alright. So I was kind of looking forward to getting it, and I got it, and I put it in my car, and I left it there for like a couple of weeks, listened to this like 5, 6, 7 times maybe, and yeah, it's got some good songs actually on it. This Road, the first song, is actually pretty good. Knuckle Dusters as well, really good song. Got title track Hex, which is alright, Yeah, but in general, just really. This is where it's slowly starting to really get good, So, yeah, Hex. Next one, in 5th place, so to say, is Are You Dead Yet? Yes, the album, I guess. There's a lot of, what do you call it, like a little bit of drama about this album, It's... A lot of people got into Bodom through this album. Me as well, I guess. I didn't listen to them when this released, but I still got into them through this album. And as far as I know, maybe I'm remembering this wrong, but there was like a lot of like drama about this album because you got the old fans, that like the old Bodom stuff, like just a more classical approach, all the melodies and all the stuff, and this is more like just like, I don't want to say generic metal, but this is like you just got a style shift. It's like really just in your face kind of, it's more focusing on like just badass riffs, just badass songs in general, not really like on the melodic stuff and like the skill and everything. I don't mind it, honestly. That's why I put it at high. I guess some people like, oh, this is like normie bullshit, like only like fake fans like this album, which is a bit like, come on, dude, it's not that bad. Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 songs. You got like Fresh, Lost and Strong Out, Bastards of Bodom. If you want peace, prepare for war. We're Not Gonna Fall. These songs are just really badass, dude. Like, come on, it's really good songs. And just really memorable songs. So yeah, I like it. Pretty good. Then in 4th place, I'm really sad I don't have it here. Again, I actually thought I had every Bodom album, but I guess not. Either I forgot or I displaced them somewhere when I moved or something. I don't know. I really, like, in my head, I remember having every album, but I guess I don't. And 2 voice tracks, nice. I guess something wild is one of them. First one in 4th place. The last 4 albums, Something Wild, Hate Good Death Roll, Hate Breeder, and Follow the Reaper. It's kind of hard ranking them. Like, it's like the OG albums, Bodom albums, and it's a bit hard ranking them because they're all good. They're all pretty much on the same level. It's just coming down, I guess, to personal preference, in my opinion, between these 4. I don't know. I could put it in 3rd place, but yeah, whatever. I'm gonna put it in 4th place. Something wild. It's just you got Red Lights in My Eyes, Part 1, Part 2. You got Lake Bodom. Just all good songs. Really, it's just really enjoyable. You got like 2 songs. You got like this weird like movie, like you got these audio files, I guess, from like movies, like playing like in the first minute of the songs or something like that. They did the same thing for Hate Good Death Roll, like in was it like Chokehold, I think, right? Or not Chokehold. What was the song? Let me have a quick look. 6 Pounder. In 6 Pounder, they did the same thing, right? Pretty sure it was 6 Pounder. Was it a 6 Pounder? I don't know. Maybe I'm talking bullshit here. Anyway, Something Wild. Again, just generally really solid album. You gotta admit it's a bit raw sounding. It's like pretty much just an old school metal record, like early late 90s metal record. Like the first proper record from like a death metal, like melodic death metal band, I guess. So it's gonna sound a bit rough, a bit raw, I guess. But I don't know, this is what kind of makes the album special, I guess. And it's like one point I just like about it, And Alexi, it's like the first release, like first proper release, and it's like Alexi is like playing like he's got to prove something, you know what I mean? I just really like it, You got like these pseudo, like in 2 songs, you got like this pseudo acoustic guitar thing going on, which I really like. Like you got some quiet parts where you just hear the synth pad, like the keyboard pretty much, which I like as well. So yeah, and coming up in 3rd place, or like my 3rd most favorite album, I guess, Hate Crew Death Roll. Yeah, just front to end, just banger to banger. Just what can you say more about it? It's not as refined, I guess, as the other OG albums. It's more like in your face. Kind of starting to trend a little bit where I went to with Are You Dead Yet? Just focusing more on just badass songwriting. Honestly, you you just listen to this and you're just like, man, this is like, it's just so cool, you know. The only song I don't like on this album, which I guess is a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I don't really care. It's Angels Don't Kill. Just for a reason, it's not a bad song. You know, I listened to it. There's a video on YouTube where some guy plays this on like a piano and just sounds really beautiful actually. But I just don't like, you know, when I listen to metal in general, it's not like just with the song. In general, I just don't like these like ballads or like slow songs, you know. It's I just don't get into them. I just, you know, like I don't like, you know, I don't mean like I need every song at like 300 BPM or like some bullshit, right? But there's like some point where it just gets too slow where I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting into that. And Angels Don't Kill is one of these songs. It's not a bad song. It's, you know, it's all right, but it's just for my taste. It's just some like slow metal songs, you know. So yeah, in second place, and then you're gonna know which is gonna be my favorite Children of Bodom album. In second place is going to be Follow the Reaper. Now, I know some people think this is like the best Bodom album, and I can see it, you know. For me, again, like all of these four, Follow the Reaper, Hate Breather, Hate Crew Death Roll, and Something Wild are pretty much on the same level, you know. It's like, if I had to decide which one of these four I had to listen to forever, you know, I'd think about it for quite some time, I guess. But in second place for now, it's Follow the Reaper. Yeah, just the same with Hate Crew Death Roll, just from beginning to end, just one song after another, just really, really, really good songs. Just insanely good. It's just like, why somebody would not like this music, like this album, is beyond me. If you're into metal, like if you just generally, if you're into metal, you have, like, there's no way you don't like this album, dude. I don't get it, you know. It's like, I remember back when I got into Bodom, there wasn't actually that many people listening to it. Right now, since Alexi died, I guess, kind of picked up on hype, and there's like actually some people listening to it. But back then, like in 2009, 2010, I don't think Bodom was actually that big. You know, it always felt kind of a bit like not underground. You know, they're far from underground, but you know, I always felt like I was the only one listening to them, you know, in like my friend groups. And you know, I met somebody a couple of years back, which I became really good friends with, who actually also at least knows Children of Bodom and actually owns a CD. Funnily enough, Are You Dead Yet? So yeah, yeah, but Follow the Reaper, just generally really, really good album. Doesn't matter if it's a Children of Bodom album or not, just in general, really, really good album. And in my opinion, actually has like if Children of Bodom had a theme song, it's on this. It's gotta be Kissing the Shadows. Like, it's just, you know, in generally, it's a really good song. And like the last like 2 minutes, I think it's like the last 2.5 minutes, it's just like pretty much just Alexei getting his dick out, putting it on the table, like, yeah, this is what I can do, you know. And you know, and you got the keyboard going on and everything, and I don't know, I really, really liked it. And it's like, you know, I play guitar myself, right? And I always thought, man, if I get this song down, Kissing the Shadows, if I get this song down, this is like it. It's like I'm not like this is how good I want to be, you know. And if I could do it, I'd just be happy with myself as a guitar player, you know. And but just that aside, you know, back when I started playing guitar, I actually learned every song on this album, and I played it back to back, you know, like in the order of the album. And if you're like starting guitar yourself, or you've been playing for like a year or something, right, and you're looking for a bit of a challenge, you know, learn these songs, dude. You know, if you like Bodom that much or not, if you care about the band or not, still just learn the songs. It's actually a really, like, once you get into it, like once you get it, it's actually pretty fun to play. It's actually pretty, it's not like easy, but it's just fun to play, you know, even if you don't play lead parts. Like what I did is I played the lead guitar stuff up until the solos came around, and after that I was like, yeah, I'm not that good. So I switched to the rhythm guitar, and then when the solo was over, I switched back to the lead guitar, or in generally I just mixed stuff I could play and could not play, right? And you know, I did this for every song, you know, and it's just really, it's got some really fun songs to play, you know. Once you get it down, it's never boring to play, honestly. And if you're playing guitar and you're looking for something to learn to play or whatever, you know, follow the Reaper, dude. Can only recommend it to listen to and to play it. Yeah, and then I guess we come to my most favorite, like, Children of Bodom album, and in general my most favorite, like, metal album. Like, I wouldn't put any other album over it. I just think it's really that good, you know. And it's Hatebreeder. Now, I'm really sad I don't actually have the CD here. Again, actually thought I have it. I looked in my drawer where I have like every fucking CD that I ever bought from any band, and it's not there. I was like, man, this is shit. I want to do this video. I thought I had every fucking CD, but I don't. I thought about like printing out like some paper, you know, with the album cover art, whatever, and holding it up, but it was like, nah, I'm just gonna do it like this, whatever, who cares, right? Like the 10 people watching this video, I guess. No, Hatebreeder. Yeah, why Hatebreeder? There's not a lot of people who who think like me on that, I guess. You know, who are like, or would agree with me that it's the best Bodom album. But for me, it's just, I don't know, the whole songwriting, how, you know, how the songs flow and everything, how it sounds, so good, so insanely good. You know, I don't know, it's just my favorite album, dude. I just really like it. You know, you got this whole thing with Alexi, you know, like usually it's just like, you know, he does like his screaming stuff. You know, he kind of mixes it with, there's like some parts where it's like almost like clean sings kind of sort of going on, you know. You got this, you know, you got that like mixed in. So yeah, I just really like it. I don't know what to say, what else about it, you know. It's like every song is pretty much like, I don't want to say perfect, you know, because there's not a perfect song. There's always something you're like, man, this could sound like this could be like this, and then I would like more. But it's pretty close, honestly. You know, if somebody came up to me like, hey, what do you think music is? I'd show him this album, I'd be like, you know, this is music, dude. You know, it's just really good. So yeah, I guess this is like, sure, there's some like bonus CDs going on, like with some covers and shit like that, you know, and some best of CDs. I've got one here, like Skeletons in the Closet. I've got that one, but I don't really consider them like proper albums. Like, I only talk about the main releases, I guess. And yeah, it's like, I guess that's about it. And if you're still watching, I guess thank you for watching. And like, comment, share, and subscribe, and whatever. But come on, dude, it's like I make this one video. I don't even know if we're gonna do another video. I have some ideas. There's some other bands that I listen to a lot, and I've got quite a few albums and got some opinions about. Maybe someday if I feel like it. But other than that, I guess thanks for watching. And you can write in the comments if you disagree, if you agree with me. What's your favorite album? If you think I'm a fucking idiot. But yeah, I guess